Today we have Sam Carlson from Uphex, really fucking cool tool, and for especially for those of you guys who are running Facebook ads, I think it's almost like a cheat code.
And running Facebook ads specifically back then was, man, a lot more technical. You can create it once and sell it 1,000 times.
You essentially like figured out what ads are working, and then used AI to figure out like what do all these things have in common.
We have over 1,000 templates, right? And they're free.
This is actually better for the clients. Like I don't think enough people really understand that this is actually better for clients.
What's your clinic name? Doesn't take any training. Where do you live? Doesn't take any training. The only thing she needed to know was what website, what budget, done.
What is up? All my beautiful, amazing, sexy, attractive agency motherfuckers out there. You guys are kicking ass and taking names. And today we have Sam Carlson from Uphex. For those of you guys who don't know Uphex, for lack of a better way of describing it, it's just a really fucking cool tool. And for especially for those of you guys who are running Facebook ads, I think it's almost like a cheat code. So I brought on Sam today because I want to give you guys a little demo of what's inside because we were kind of talking a little bit off air, and Facebook ads has a lot of like maintenance to it. It has a lot of testing, and even the best people I know like get it wrong. Like I mentioned to Sam, Ryan Dice told me that for every 300 ads they run a digital marketer, they expect 292 of those to flop, and they make their living off the 8 that work. Uh, with what you guys are going to see today is we're going to make those numbers more like 8 and 10 out of your ads work the first time. So anyway, Sam, thanks for coming on here and doing this. He's an awesome dude because he's got a whiteboard full of evil genius ideas.
We got one here. We got one back there. We're all whiteboarded up, buddy. Thanks for having me. Appreciate you. Thanks,
Yeah.
Frankie.
So rather than like talk about this, how about we just show these fine folks what you built? Because I think seeing just makes more sense of it than trying to describe it with words.
Yeah, if you want to turn on share so I can share my screen. So I've been in the local lead generation space now a decade, right? And back when I started, it was everything was technical. So you're talking about Ryan Dice, and it's all like, testing all these ads and everything's crazy technical. All right, I got it. Sweet.
Should work now.
And so that's the background, right? And running Facebook ads specifically back then was, man, a lot more technical. I would say today there's still the technical aspect of it, but in local lead generation, it's a lot more. Do you have good ads? Do you have good offers?
Yeah.
And if you do, you can create it once and sell it 1,000 times. And for me, that's like the cheat code, right? It's like hey, this is a fun thing to do. Let's create something that can be used broadly in a niche, time and time again. So we're selling like the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah. Can I just say, like, that is the game, and I don't think enough people understand that. Like, middle class mindset to me is when people, come to this game and think they're supposed to, ultimately like, solve problems from people and be paid. And that's like thinking about it like you're going to be hired. But like as you become wealthier in this game, you think more about how can I create stuff that can be used once to solve problems again and again, and it was essentially lease assets. And you just hit that in a nutshell of like, what we're really doing here, which is create ads that work in one market that can be used, 150 different times.
Yeah. Creating stuff from scratch, being custom is for chumps. I mean, that is a way to like hate this business, right? Getting something down to a refined plug and play, bam, off you go. That's how you scale. That's how you have a good, I mean, you're living in Mexico, you got the lifestyle you want. That's not because you're creating custom stuff every single day and you're not stressing over it. So let's jump into the platform. All right. So this is actually not Uphex. This is our white label version of high level. So Uphex is right here. All right. And what makes Uphex so cool, there's a bunch of stuff in here. Obviously, we're not going to go over everything, is the first thing you need to to basically franchise your ads library, to get ads and to be able to like sell them like over and over and over again are what the actual ads, right? But you need ads that work, right? And so if you come into Uphex and you go to the template library, there's over 1,000 ad campaigns that you can come in and work with. So we'll just go to health and fitness, for example.
Can we actually
Okay.
do home services? Because we got so many people in home
Oh yeah.
services.
Yeah.
So I hate to throw you a curveball
Nope.
like that, but
That's all
I'm
right. Home
thinking so
services.
many of these people listening to this work with home services.
Yeah. So you come in here and you notice everything has a nice little hex design. It's because we're Uphex, baby. What's up?
Yeah.
So yeah. So whatever, anything in particular?
I don't know. I mean, wherever you feel like going, I mean, I'm
Okay.
open.
We'll go to HVAC,
Okay.
right? We'll go to HVAC. All right. So you come in here, there's Google ads. So at the top, you see all these Google ads, and then there's Facebook ads, right? And these things are all pre-built, right? So you have the ad copy, the offer, the targeting, the image, everything is baked into the template from the get-go. All
Yeah.
right. And it even tells you how many people have downloaded these different things. Depending on when they've been uploaded, obviously they're going to be downloaded more often than others. But for example, this one here, 723 downloads so far, whatever. But if you want to see what this looks like, you can go to preview. All right.
Yeah. Can I just say as well that especially local stuff, like people know what plumbers are, people know what deck cleaning services, as you kind of mentioned, it's like it's really about the offer for local
Yeah.
stuff. It's not like you need to educate people what your thing is. You know, they've heard of plumbers before, they've heard of, you know, heating and cooling. It's a lot of times it's just, you know, having a decent hook.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I'll tell you guys right now, even though it looks like it's uploading slow, that's because we're on Zoom. When you're doing this, it's lightning fast. But you guys, these offers, you come in and you are basically, you just import them into your account. If you go up here, and now I got to move our handsome faces here, you just click this, import all templates, and all of these are yours. Okay. So you can start off, and I would say in 2023, you're starting off at 90%, meaning the ad copy, all the stuff in the template is pretty dang close. Like it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Today, 97%. And why the reason that is because we basically took all of our top performing data from last year, created a model, fed it into some AI, and we said, oh, look, we did 1.7 million leads last year. Let's take all of the top performing aspects and then find out what ads work. And now we can actually predict which ads are going to work before we ever launch them, which is friggin' awesome, right? So the template, the whole engine. Now, if you go to, let's go to actually details. Actually, that's Google. Yeah. If you go to details, it's going to tell you how this campaign is structured and set up. It's going to give you the alternate headlines. This is Google campaign. So it's going to give you all of this stuff. It's going to show you what the template has. Let's go back to Facebook. I think people are probably more familiar with Facebook here.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll go to the one we looked at earlier.
Yeah. Can I just say, Sam, like this is such a cheat code because as you mentioned, like, you know, one of the things we kind of talked about in person is like, you essentially like figured out what ads are working and then used AI to figure out like what do all these things have in common.
Exactly.
And it's almost a cheat code because it allows you to then like almost predict what will work in the future. A lot of times people want to just go AI, write an ad, and it has no background data, it has no information, and so it's going to write you a shitty ad, right? As where when you're actually like using it to analyze, like, hey, we've gotten 500,000 leads in this niche. These are the top performing ones. These are the ones we keep running, you know, money to. Let's you know create variations based on these. Like I said, it's almost a cheat code without having to try so many losers to discover those winners.
Yep, that's right. But if you guys know anything about Facebook ads, like if you're new, basically all the technical setup is here. But if you know anything about Facebook ads, it's going to tell you how it's like this is set up. The default is one ad set with multiple ads. Okay. And that's how we set them up for local lead generation in the testing phase. Okay. We do offer other structures, but this is how you're going to start out, right? We give you all the link description. We give you the lead form, all that stuff. There's the targeting. Okay. And there's the images and it's funny because images, like, I don't know about you, but I always had like this bias personally towards, oh, this image is going to, or this thing is going to work the best.
Yeah, 1,000%. You're always wrong too.
And you're always wrong. So, it's really cool, man. The AI has a grading system. It takes every part. So the targeting, the offer, the headline, it gives them a grade, A, B, C, D, E, or not E, D, F, right? You don't get an E on a paper. But then it's verified by a human. If there's anything that has below a B, then the person goes in, okay, why is the offer a C? Or why is the ad copy a C? And then the AI will say, this is good ad copy. It's a good start, but you're lacking proof, a proof element. And so the team will be like, oh, we need to source some proof elements for this particular ad, put it in, regrade it. Oh, you have an A, right? So it's pretty cool in terms of just being, again, skipping past all of the stuff that you and I had to learn, and it's in the templates already.
Yeah. In
Right.
many ways, they're still learning, right? Like they're basically benefiting from, the hard lessons you've had of trying things that don't work.
That's right. And so this gives you, I don't know, I actually have not counted how many niches we have. It's got to be a lot, but we have over 1,000 templates, right? And they're free. Anybody that has an Uphex account, you get free access to them. You can import them into your account. So click that blue button, and then they go to the My Templates category, right? So I'm going to show you guys why it's such a game changer. And we're just going to go to, so
Yeah.
this is a pseudo agency that I used to have. Actually, we sold our agency. Okay. And it was in the body contouring, med spa, and chiropractic space, right? And so you go in here and you're like, okay, these are my templates. This is the ad library that I'm going to monetize and franchise out to my chiropractors, to my med spas,
Yeah.
right?
Can I just
And
add, by the way, that almost always, not enough people realize this, but almost always just saying we're going to get you more leads is not that exciting. There's almost always like specific kinds of leads they want. In your case, like,
yes,
body contouring. And so when you can show up and say, like, we can actually get you body contouring people in the pipeline, it's a very different promise than we'll get you leads or we'll pay you $1,000. It's like,
that's
it's
right.
specific enough that it actually means something to them.
That's right. So I just picked on the body contouring niche as an example, right? And here's all these ads that are like the mini mommy makeover, $199, right? You've got that offer 3 times, so obviously that offer is working. And this stuff is all here. You can preview it just like we did before. Okay, there's what it looks like. Now, it's not right now for whatever reason. I'm not sure if it's a Zoom thing, but it's not showing the spacing in the ad.
Yeah.
But you got that same thing. You got all your setup. Now, these are your ads. Okay. So you have 2 ways you can use these. One, you can just launch these from Uphex yourself on behalf of your customer who's connected. The ad account is connected to Uphex. Or two, if you're reselling high level, that's where this comes into play. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I'll spend 2 minutes kind of just giving some context on this, because when I started as an SMMA agency, I was working with chiropractors. The whole genesis of Uphex in the first place was because whenever I would get a new customer, I knew I was going to I knew what ads I was going to run. I already had the ad copy. I would change their name, their location, whatever, but I was copying and
Logo.
pasting. Yeah, logo, exactly. I was copying and pasting the same thing over and over again. And what Uphex did was make it so, hey, if I just input all of that into the software already, anybody without any experience in Facebook, without any knowledge of advertising at all, anybody could launch these ads. In fact, I have a video of my daughter doing it when she was
Yeah,
10.
can I just say, as somebody who, by the way, I have a lot of experience with that. I love like creatives and coming up with ads, but I experience a great deal of stress over the overwhelming nature of Facebook ads platform and all the buttons to click. So the fact that you can just
Yeah.
click it and bypass all that setup and stuff like that for somebody like me is especially useful because I don't know, I like coming up with hooks. I like thinking about people, but man, I really hate the technical setup and clicking the buttons. Like it just, I don't know, it just overwhelms a brother.
Even getting in and out of different ad accounts, because you're like, am I in the right ad account? Like if you get
Yeah.
enough customers, you're like, am I launching this for
Oh
the
yeah,
right
yeah,
person?
yeah, for sure.
I've got 3 Dr. Smiths. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
hilarious.
totally.
But okay, so your customer is in here, and you'll notice when we were over at My Templates, right? We went to Facebook. Okay. And this is what we saw when you're in high level, when you're in the white label platform, it's a mirror, it mirrors over. It's the same thing. Okay. So you click on body contouring. All right. Let's say we wanted to do this one. We click on this. We put in the city name because remember, we have to The
Yeah, these are
templates
the
work, but
variables. This is the 10% personalization
that's right.
customization part. Yeah.
That's right. So we put in Boise. That's where I live. ABC Clinic. I put the L in wrong. Doesn't matter. It's a dental, Frankie. It's all good. You can do it. Defaults to
Nobody's
lead
gonna,
form. It defaults
nobody's
to
gonna
lead
forgive
form.
you for that extra capital L, Sam. I'm just
Yeah, sorry, buddy. You can do landing page, messenger, whatever. Just leave it lead form. They're awesome. This is optional. If you want to rename it something, whatever, fine.
yeah.
But most people don't. Daily budget, you put in 40 bucks a day, put in your website, and click launch campaign. Done. That's it. The ad
Yeah.
copy, the headline, the creative, everything gets launched. And
Yeah.
this is so easy that your clients can do it.
Yeah. And also, can I say, you're starting with a winner, and that's the real benefit. And the second thing you mentioned is, a big shout out to Rebecca Duran, but she's actually doing this as a licensing program where
Yeah,
she's not doing like typical, your typical like, hey, I'll work for you and I'll run ads. She's, using Uphex to deliver ads to people and licensing them, and they're paying for access to their winning creative. So there's lots of ways to spin this beyond just, hey, I'll run ads for you for $2,000 a month or whatever it is you guys charge.
that's right. And then all you nerdy people, if you want to go in and mess with the template, like you want to do any of these variations, by the way, I made this discreet for a reason. I don't want you like, don't mess with it. Right.
Yeah.
But if you're a person who's like, whatever, I want to do whatever, all this stuff is here. You can add
Yeah.
pixels, you can mess with your privacy policy, you can change the ad text, whatever. That's all there. Right. But this is all you have to do. It is literally picking the category, choosing the ad, and then filling in the forms, which, by the way, take no education. The only education you have to provide, now we have our customers do it, meaning my chiropractors were doing this. The only thing that they needed from us was, what daily budget should I use? And then what website should I have people go to?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. And can I also add that, like just going deeper on this idea that I wrote in my book, the difference between custom and customization. Custom is whenever you get hired by a client, you solve that problem. And customization is what we're seeing right here, which is I've already got the winning materials. I've already got the winning swipe file, but I'll personalize it a little bit to you. So in this case, the personalization is Boise, the clinic name, their form, their, like little details like that. And what I wanted to kind of reiterate is if you gave a client a choice between custom and customization, they will always take this version of it because, like if you're hiring me as your Facebook ads guy and I got to figure it out after you hire and I say, hey, we're going to run some tests and we're going to run some creatives and we're going to get data and then we're going to get feedback. We're going to try this offer and try that offer. That is way less appealing to a client than if I say, I got an ad that works for body contour. You say go, I'll turn it on today. You'll probably have 2-3 leads by the end of the day. Like which one of those do you think is a more appealing promise for a client? So this is the thing I wish I knew years ago, because this is not only easier, but clients derive more value from this than they do from you actually like figuring it out and being the custom ad guy and being a great media buyer and all this. Is they would way rather just hire you to plug and play something that already works, and it's literally 1,000 times easier from you from a fulfillment point of view, because the value becomes the tool, and in this case, like your ad swipe file versus you, the problem solver. Like, and this is like, one of those things where as a middle class person, you get paid to solve problems, you get paid to figure things out and do meetings and communicate it. As a wealthy person, you get paid for what you own and control. And in this case, Sam is giving you access to ad creatives at work that you can essentially just rent out over and over and over. So I just wanted to say that point, because this is actually better for the clients. Like, I don't think enough people really understand that this is actually better for clients.
Yeah. One thing you said, so that's how easy it is. Literally, it's step 1, step 2, step 3, done. And I did this on a demo. The very first time I demoed this to an audience of 8 of my customers, of chiropractors, we had 53 people purchase. They're like, oh, I want that. And the way I did it, I don't think I would have had 53 people purchase if I had done the demo. I grabbed one of my customers. I'm like, this is Michelle Sims, sweet lady from Southern Texas.
And you had her set up the ads?
Yeah. I said, hey, Michelle, can I show you how to do this? She's like, okay. And then she's like, hey, y'all, I'm going to show you how to run ads. I've been doing this for a day, but I think you guys can do it too. So step 1, and she did it. And with that Southern accent and everything, she goes, okay. And I clicked. And then I went over to Ads Manager. I'm like, look, guys, she just replaced her ad agency. Boom, 53 people. Just like that. I had 150 people on that webinar. So I converted into paid agency customers over 30%.
Yeah.
Just by when you're like, it's usually two things that's going to sell your stuff. It's a unique promise and it's unique proof. And what's really funny, had I done that demo, probably would have maybe converted 20 people, probably 15 to 20.
Yeah.
But the fact that was one of them, a layperson, and all she had to do, there was, again, I'm a seasoned media buyer. I'm educated in it. She was not. She did not. It's an intuitive thing. What's your clinic name? Doesn't take any training. Where do you live? Doesn't take any training. The only thing she needed to know was what website, what budget, done.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. Love it. Love it, my dude. So let's tell folks how to get it. For anybody who's interested in getting Uphex, let's talk about the old signing up, because you made this super affordable, where for most of you guys, if you guys like really love media buying and doing this stuff, then like maybe Uphex isn't for you. But like I personally one of those guys. Like I just wanted the recurring revenue and the happy clients. I wasn't running Facebook ads for the sheer love of running Facebook ads and to be a top 1% kind of Facebook ads kind of guy. I just wanted to own the business that, produced results with them. So anyway, sorry, I'm talking too much.
That's it. It's uphex.com starter. It's a 14-day free trial. So you guys actually get access to everything for 14 days for free, meaning you could go in there and maybe just steal my ads if you wanted to. Right? Yeah. Which, fine, go ahead. But it's 14 days free. Put in your email address, start your trial, and just start using it for free.
Yeah.
Right. We have people all the time who get their account and during their free trial are able to get customers just because of the delivery method. Now, like their model in their agency is able to change to where the value, like you said, is just really obvious to customers.
And you can show them, right? Like if you're trying to sell body contouring, like, like in the example we showed, you can like, this is what I'm actually going to run for you. The more you can actually show a specific ad and what you're going to do and how it's going to work, like the easier it is for a client to envision, hey, that would actually work.
Yeah. There's a ton of other stuff. Even when you were talking about managing ad performance with Uphex is super easy. I mean, one person can manage thousands of accounts. Like literally, I had a part-time VA. We had in my agency, we had over 150 customers, and service and support, everything was 2 part-time VAs. One was a technical VA and one was a service VA. Right? That's it. Whole thing.
Yeah.
Crazy difference.
Let's talk pricing after the 14-day trial. Like, how's it typically work for folks if they want to continue on?
Yeah. So we base it on the amount of ad accounts, right? So $97 a month gets you up to 3 ad accounts. Okay. Yeah. So if you're reselling Uphex or whatever your models, I don't care how much money you make selling it. That's not up to me, but you're offering this for $500, $1,500. It only costs you $97 a month. Yeah. Okay. 10 ad accounts, $297, and then infinity and beyond is $497 a month.
Yeah.
So it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Right. So we're priced. In fact, I remember back in the day, there was platforms like Ad Espresso and WordStream and all these. Yeah. And the more you spent in ad dollars, like the more money you managed, they started taking a percentage of what you were spending. I hated that. Like they were penalizing me as I grew. For me, I'm like, hey, if you're going to really be in this business, I cap out at $497.
Yeah. And for most of you guys, by the way, the prices you're charging, between 1 and 10K a month, like literally you just need one client for this to economically make sense, even at the highest level package. So anyways, cool, Sam. I think just, keep it short and sweet. We're going to call it a recording there. We appreciate you coming on here and showing folks. I think I'm going to have you back a couple of times because this is, you're blowing my mind how easy you've made 8 years of running Facebook. Yeah, dude. Hundreds of thousands of my own money invested, getting clients, 10, maybe, at least 5 million spent for clients, probably more than that. And you just made it like click 3 buttons and answer 3 questions and you can be successful with it.
Love it. Hey, thanks for having me. I'm happy to come back anytime, show you what other cool stuff we got. But yeah, guys, go check it out. Uphex.com.
Hey guys, if you like this video, you may also like my best-selling book here, Beyond the Agency Box. It is all about scaling a digital marketing agency while eliminating meetings and phone calls. We actually sell our stuff
phoneless. We don't have any client meetings, and we also hire our team entirely without meeting phone calls, which allows us to, like actually kind of live a life. I've laid out the entire blueprint and everything you need to know, getting clients, onboarding, setting expectations, scaling, building a team, you name it. It has been a bestseller on Amazon now for over 5 straight years, but now you can get it even cheaper than you can get it on Amazon. So I can't tell you the exact price because it may change when this video is released, but there should be a link to it below, either in the description of the video or as well as a pinned comment. So if you're interested in that, check out that video and you can get a copy for super cheap.